What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Volkov versus Aspinall. Predictions, breakdown, guys. Before I get started, subscribe to this channel, hit the thumbs up button. Also, check out my Patreon account for all my face-off predictions and prop parlays. Also, you can donate to my PayPal account to help out the channel. Alright, let's get started. Jump into this. We got 12 fights in this card. It's over there in England. Starts at 1:30 p.m. So this is an early card, 1:30 Eastern. Alright, let's knock this out. First fight here we have Mokaev versus Cody Durden. Mokaev here, or Mohammed, he's a good prospect, man. Strong wrestling base. A huge, massive amateur. 22 amateur fights, massive. So this guy has been amateur from 215. So he's undefeated in amateurs and in professional. This guy is pretty skilled, man. I like what I see from him. His striking is nice. His takedowns, takedown defense. He's a good prospect. His opponent here, Cody Durden. Cody Durden has a wrestling base too, but I feel Muhammad is a better wrestler here. The only thing that with Cody, as far as I guess a professional, he's a little more experienced in professional. But if you look at Muhammad's amateur, man, the guy has been there for a while. I mean, Cody, if I'm amateur, is 214, and Muhammad is 215, so it's not so far off. You know, yeah, guys. With Cody here, he can strike, but again, I feel Muhammad is just a better fighter here. You know, striking and even on the ground. And with Cody, you know, he's kind of a bruiser. You know, his defense is not that great. He's kind of hittable, and he gets flat-footed and will gas out. So for this fight here, man, I'm gonna go for Muhammad, but you know, I'm not confident because this is gonna be his debut. And we see a lot of debut guys who are undefeated, you know, even though they're prospects and they look good. He's a young kid too, age is a number, but you know, they look good and everything like that, but they come in here and they're supposed to win and they lose. So I would say Muhammad is like going to be the favorite here. You know, the UFC is loving Muhammad, so they want Muhammad to pull off a win over Cody. So I'm going to go with Muhammad here for the win, guys. I'm going to say Muhammad by decision, and I'm not confident. Next fight here, guys, we got Elise Reed versus Cory McKenna. Elise Reed here, striking background there, kind of a karate base with her. She got 3-inch of reach. She can get taken down, dropping back down to 115. Her opponent here, Cory McKenna. I felt like she may have slightly lost to Kay Henson, but it's kind of close though. But I feel like she lost a fight. But I feel like she's a more well-rounded fighter here. Has a ground game. Believe Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, some wrestling, and her striking is not bad, but I feel Reed may have the edge on the striking, but again, she can take the fight to the ground. So the more well-rounded person here is Cory, but I'm not confident in this fight, and I can see this fight going either way, guys, so be careful with this one, man. I must say Cory McKenna by decision, and I'm not confident. And again, this is in England, so a lot of the guys from England, you know, or from the UK could get a lot of favoritism here if it goes to judges, so be careful with that. Very, very careful. All right. Next fight here, we got Jack Shore versus Timur Valiev. Jack Shore, this is the next guy here. This guy is pretty well rounded, man. His wrestling is pretty good. Striking is decent. 4-inch of reach. Gonna have a 2-inch of height. I mean, I don't really see no holes in this guy, man. He's a pretty technical fighter here. His opponent, Timur. Timur has a pretty good striking too. Very technical, kind of a karate kind of base on him. But I see holes in him though. He can get taken down and he can get knocked down too. Against Trevor Jones there, he lost that fight, man. He lost a fight against Trevor Jones, man. Come on. And he made it a non-contest. Trevor Jones straight up won that fight. He caught him with a counter, beef overhand right. He fell down, and then he ground and pounded him out for the win. And in the first round, he got taken down by Jones. So those are little holes. Even though I kind of favor to more striking, he's more elusive, more technical on the foot, has more tools, but he has holes in him, man. And I can see, sure, you know, he's gonna just expose that again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Shore here for the win. And I'm going to say Jack Shore by decision, guys. And I don't have if I'm confident or not confident with this one. Let me see. Am I confident in this fight? No, I'm not. Because Timur's a pretty good fighter, man. So, and Timur have a good win there over... even though he lost to Trevor Jones, but he had a good win over Ronnie Barcelos. But I mean, Shore is dominant, man, everywhere. And when I see from Timur, it seems like he has holes in the ground, man. And he got took down by Trevor Jones and just lay on his back for the entire round in the first round. So that's enough for me to see. So I like Shore, like I said, by decision, but I'm not confident. Next fight here, guys. We have Nikita Krylov versus Paul Craig. Paul Craig is back. Paul Craig, man, that guy. Hey, if you underestimate Paul Craig, he will submit you. If you sleep on him, he will submit you. You can't count him out though. He always pull off that last-minute submission, or he catches you in a triangle choke or armbar. Krylov here is a well-rounded guy. We look for the submission. He has 15 by submission and 11 by knockout, but he's been submitted 5 times. So this is a fight where may favor Craig a little bit here because Krylov is he can get submitted, and usually by, I believe, his triangle chokes. So, but Krylov, man, I mean, his striking base is more of a karate base there, and Craig's striking is pretty much, it's getting slightly better, but it's still holes in his striking, and he just relies mostly on being on his back to throw up a triangle or armbar. Craig wants to take this fight to the ground. Stand-up has gotten a little better, but he has 12 by submissions. This fight can favor Craig to win, man. Like I said, you sleep on Craig or you count him out, he pull off a submission on you. Let me see here. I would say if Craig win this fight, it's going to be by triangle choke in first round. But man, this is a tough one, man. But I'm gonna go with Krylov here, man. I'm gonna say Krylov by KO TKO in the first round, but I'm not confident, guys, because again, Krylov can get submitted. So if Craig can get it there, then But again, Krylov is kind of good on the ground too, even though he can get submitted. But majority of his fights are won by submission. So that's a tricky thing. But I go Krylov first round KO TKO, not confident. Shamil Abdurakhimov versus Sergei Pavlovich. Shamil here, he's a well-rounded guy, but man, he hasn't been looking good at all, man. I believe he got knocked out his last fight, second round. Kind of slow at the movement. He's very hittable now. Back in the days, he used to be a little better, but I guess for the time you want to call it. Yeah, say age is a number. All depends on how you take care of yourself too. He can get taken down. He can get caught by shots. Yeah, man. This guy here will drop the ball. Sergei Pavlovich. He has a striking base here, heavy-handed. He's kind of quick for a big guy, man. 11 by knockouts. He's gonna have the 8-inch of reach, man. That's freaking massive, dude. And he's a heavy freaking hitter. And once he start unloading, it's over, man. I'm liking Sergei for the win here. And I'm going to say Sergei by KO TKO, guys, in the first round. And I'm confident in this pick. Next fight here. I got a couple of confidence in this card, guys. It's not really, to me, it's not really like a tough card. It seems kind of straightforward, but usually when it's straightforward like that, usually you can fail, right? But we're not here to fail, though. We're here to win. All right, so next fight here, we got Mike Grundy versus Makwan Amirkhani. I know I mispronounced that. Mike Grundy here, strong wrestling base. We'll look for the submissions. Yeah, man, Grundy is a grinder, man. He's gonna beat her. He's not gonna give up. Got a split over Vanato. That's basically it. And then he will also look for the knockout too. But this is a guy who's a straightforward wrestler, hardcore. He's gonna go grind. And he will also look for submission. Majority of his fights are by submission. So, if I'm correct, I think I'm right about that. I think he only has 1 by knockout and like 7 or 8 by submission. He has 8 by submission, 1 by KO. his opponent here, Makwan. Makwan, man, I don't know, man. I mean, just he hasn't been looking good at all. I mean, he wants a submission, and the grappling is his thing, 11 by submission, but he will gas out, and his striking is just doesn't look good. And even his ground, he go for takedown, sometimes he doesn't get it, and he can get taken down. And against Grundy, who I favor more, Grundy is more grinder. He will be there more in your face. He's not going to give up. And the more bite down, tough dude, more mentally, I should say. Because you can be tough all you want, but the mental. I feel Grundy is more mental. I feel with Makwan he will break. I'm liking Grundy for the win here, guys. I must say Grundy by KO TKO in the second round. But I'm not confident, though. Next fight here, guys. We have Herbert versus Ali Torpora. This is a pretty straightforward one here. Herbert is a decent fighter. Stand-up is not bad. He's well-rounded, striking base. But he can get taken down. He can also get caught with shots and hurt. Kind of hittable at times, even though his striking is not bad. But he can get hit down, get taken down. With Topuria here, Topuria, man, this guy is a pretty good fighter, man. He's a good prospect here, man. Well-rounded, strong wrestling base. Like I said, good prospect. And if you look at Herbert and look at the opponent here, Zalal, which he fought, which Topuria fought Zalal. Zalal and Herbert are kind of similar in a kind of way. So, I mean, it's like a fight for, it's a fight for Topuria to win easily, man, in my opinion. Topuria by submission, first round, confident. All right, so this is my next confident pick here. All right. Next fight here, we have Molly McCann versus Luana Carolina. Yeah, these are the fights here. Some of these guys are from the hometown. If it goes judges and guys, you gotta be careful now. You know what I'm saying? Molly McCann here, striking, boxing, but she will look for takedowns. There's a kind of grindiness about her, kind of a toughness, kind of mental game there where she's gonna keep pushing and she won't give up. But she can drop the ball though. This is a girl that's gonna keep coming forward, kind of close the distance. And against her opponent here, Carolina, she doesn't use her reach properly. Carolina has 4 inches of reach, striking base, 2 inches of height. She looks like she can be strong in the clinch, but then with Molly's going to just maul her, even though Molly is a shorter reacher, shorter height. But with Carolina, she can get backed up. And that's the thing about this fight. And McCann is going to keep coming. And McCann most likely is not going to gas out. So this fight is like put together for McCann to win, in my opinion. With Carolina here, doesn't use her reach. She don't pop the jab or nothing like that. Then she just backing up. So if you're backing up and McCann coming forward, McCann gonna put her against the cage and just punch her, pepper, and it just went off a decision. So I got McCann by decision, guys. But again, this I'm not confident because with Carolina, she does throw leg kicks and she does throw head kicks and she can connect to McCann. You could knock her out, man. So still don't sleep on Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Because anything is possible in this game, nothing guaranteed. So McCann by decision, definitely not confident because I can see Carolina getting a win, so be careful. Gunnar Nelson versus Takashi Soto. Gunnar Nelson is back, hasn't been in there since 2019. Gunnar Nelson is a pretty good fighter, man. Very well-rounded, Goju background, karate stylist, BJJ black belt. This guy is a pretty good fighter, man. Well-rounded all around. Submissions 12. By submission, striking is pretty good, kind of light on the foot, have that in and out motion. He pop the shots and move around, switch his stance. His takedowns are good, his submission game is amazing. The guy is a good fighter, he's all around. Not much holes in his game. His opponent here, Takashi Soto, has a striking base, heavy-handed. I believe he has 15 by knockout, but he's been subbed 3 times though. So there's a fight where Nelson can just, I can see Nelson subbing this guy. He lost against Miguel here, basically. Both these guys are not too active though. Last time Soto fight was 2020. And I can see Nelson getting a win here. And I'm confident in this fight, guys. I got Nelson here by submission in the first round. And I'm confident. Next fight here, guys. We got Paddy Pimblett versus Rodrigo Vargas. Pimblett here is a grappling guy here. He's strong on the ground. Look for the submissions. His striking has gotten a little better. and he put on a little more, I guess I want to say muscle or more, you know, he's more built up now, you know, his body more built up, right? But he ride his chin friggin' high though, man. And when you ride the chin high like that, man, I mean, anything can happen. It doesn't take much. A counter shot catches you, a jab, you know, a straight right, overhand. You know, his chin is up in the air. Even though, you know, he would throw it out with you like he did his last fight, he just went in there and he showed hard and just went toe-to-toe against Luigi and got the finish. Even though Luigi caught him real good. I think Luigi hurt him in that first round. But his grappling is where he shines, though. His striking is still coming along. His opponent here, Vargas. Vargas wants to keep the striking. Kind of flat-footed, though. But he'll be there in your face, though, man. This is a guy that's going to be there, man. He's not going to stop. He's Mexican. Not stereotyping, but we know all of the guys from Mexico, the boxers, them, or the fighters, them, those guys are going to keep going. They're going to bite down and keep going forward, and they're not going to stop, man. They're gonna be there until the end. I'm not confident in this pick here, guys, because again with Pimblett, man, his chin is high up, and if you don't correct that, yeah, I mean, overhand right, counter shot, get knocked out. So it's tough to have Pimblett for confident. Even though if you can take this fight to the ground, then it's different. But if you know, you just don't know. I must say Pimblett by submission first round, but I'm not confident. All right. So Pimblett for the win, first round submission. These are the tough fights here, guys, where I'm kind of like, these three fights here, no, not three, I'm sorry about that. These last two fights here, Co and the main, are Arnold Allen versus Dan Hooker. I'm back and forth on this one. I actually had Allen winning and I switched him, man, after watching a lot of footages. The footages would tell. When you watch that is why it's good to watch fights, man. To watch the you know, the last fights of these guys, you know, because it tells a lot. I mean, you can see a lot of holes in the guys, man. Just by looking at it, you probably think that, oh, Allen, you know, look at the wins and here, you know, Allen can probably take on Hooker. But Hooker's not a bad fighter, man. And if you look at Hooker's record, fought a lot of experienced guys. Even though he loses to some of them, but these are like high caliber guys or top guys. You know, even Edson Barboza, you know. If you look at Arnold Allen, I mean, he hasn't really fought nobody. I mean, he fought Yusuf, but in that fight, Yusuf, if he didn't knock down Yusuf in the first and second round, Allen would have lost a fight. The only reason why Yusuf lost a fight because he got knocked down, but he was winning on points. He was winning on strikes. Nick Lenz, Gilbert Melendez, Mads Burnell, which is not a bad fighter. Makwan Armani, he went to a split with. No, man, I mean, if you look at Hooker, you know, his resume is just fought a lot of tough guys, man. And Hooker can strike. Ground game, I mean, he can get taken down, but it's kind of difficult at times to take him down because his height and his reach. He's going to have a 5-inch reach and a 4-inch of height. You know, he uses reach well. You know what I'm saying? And he can get takedowns too. That was back and forward, man. And like I said, Allen is hometown favorite here, man. So it's a fight where, man, like I said, these fights can go, especially these last two fights in the card, it can go either way, in my opinion. And I went for Allen. I switched it. I thought Allen, because Allen is not a bad fighter and he's well trained. You know what I'm saying? But he's not active though. He's not active. One time 2021, one time 2020, 2 times in 2019, and the guys he's fighting, you know what I'm saying, is not. They don't really stand out much. The guys that Hooker fight, they stand out. Hooker's last fight was against Islam Makhachev, which he got submitted real quick, which that's fine. that's an okay win, man. I mean, that's an okay loss for him, I should say, because Islam is pretty much similar to Habib. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's like Habib, but if you want to like say who's he kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So it's fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for Hooker here, guys. This Hooker reach height. I feel Hooker's gonna just beat him up on the foot, in my opinion, and then avoid takedowns. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Hooker here by decision, but I'm not confident in this pick at all, man. Because like I said, I had Allen winning. I was going for Allen, and I switched it after watching more footages. So this one for me is like, just be careful with it. So Hooker by decision, not confident. Next fight to the co-main, the main fight on the card, we got Alexander Volkov versus Tam Aspinall. This is the next one too, man. If you look at Alexander Volkov, man, this guy's a good fighter, man. And this guy is super experienced, dude. Super experienced guy, man. I mean, 34-9. Even not just only the UFC, but like M1 Challenge, Bellator. I mean, the guy is super experienced, man. A lot of M1 fights come from M1. I mean, man, it's kind of hard. Look at Tam Aspinall. I mean, Tam Aspinall, yeah, I mean, he got quick hands, but he's all first round finishes. 2 second round, 1-2. Well, he lost by illegal elbow second round, and he lost by heel hook second round there. But majority of his fights are all first. He only have one by decision in his amateur in 213. So all his fights are first round finishes, man. Except for Alexander Alasky, or Andre Alasky here, which he went for takedown, which it looked like in that fight he was getting tired. And it looked like Andre was coming back in the fight, so you had to come up with a game plan. But if you look at Volkov, yeah, Volkov can get taken down, but the way how Aspinall shot in that second round, he looked like he just like dove for it. You know what I mean? It looked like he's gonna gas, because this is a 5-round fight, man. And like I said, Aspinall's hands are quick, but if he can't knock out Volkov, then what is he gonna do? You know what I mean? His hands are quick and he's light on his foot, kind of similar to Gain. The only thing about Gain, about Cyrus Gain, is that Cyrus Gain, he proves he can go to 5-round fights. I mean, he has proved that he went to decision, 5-round fights, two time he did that. And he went to other fights with decision. Tanner Bowser, 3. I mean, he proved he can go to decisions, man. If you look at Aspinall, Aspinall look like he needs a finish. You know what I'm saying? When you're finishing guys quick, it's good, but when you don't have that experience to go long distance, you know what I mean? It's like it's hard to pick him against a very experienced guy like Volkov, who, when the last time Volkov got finished, got finished by Derek Lewis in 218, which Derek Lewis is an experienced guy. I'm not saying that Aspinall cannot come in here and then counter shot him and knock him out with a punch. But what I see from Aspinall against Andre Alasky, it's kind of suspect. And if you look at Volkov is a good striker, man. A good karate base on him. Counter striking, durable guy, man. He's not an easy guy to put away, man. And very experienced. He's slow at the movement though. Aspinall is a way quicker guy, light in the fit. Tam Aspinall is similar to Gain, but I need to see more from Tam Aspinall though. I see more from Gain as far as long distance. You know what I'm saying? And endurance. Looks like Tam Aspinall will gas out, man. Especially if he unloads. If you look at him against Andre Alasky, he was unloading in that first round, trying to finish him. And it looked like he gas out after that. Against Volkov, if he can't finish him, then what's going to happen? He got second, third, fourth, fifth. I mean, I haven't seen him in those rounds. I can't really. I haven't seen him go to a third round decision, much as a 5. I mean, he's like a sprinter. You know what I'm saying? He's a sprinter. He needs a first round finish. Either first round or he sets up something in the second, maybe get a takedown or something like what he did here, to pull off the submission. I like him Volkov here, guys. I was kind of sliding towards Aspinall because the speed advantage, but then the experience from Volkov is difficult, man. Need to see more from Aspinall. So I got Volkov here, and Volkov's going to have a 3-inch of reach also. I got Volkov here, and I'm going to say Volkov by decision, but I also can say Volkov finishing Aspinall if he goes into 3rd, 4th round and he gets tired. And when you get tired, all that speed, all that, the hands is going to drop. And that's when Volkov going to hit him with a front kick and pepper him up with. He's going to pepper him up with shots that are actually slow. But the fact that Aspinall is just a quick fighter in the first, and he can't get the finish, he slows down as the fight goes along, and then Volkov can just pepper him up with shots and finish him. So actually, I can see Volkov getting a finish in the 3rd. Yeah, in the 3rd or 4th round, even 5th. But I'm just going to say decision. But I'm not confident. So Volkov by decision, guys. I'm not confident in this play. All right. And let's take a quick look at the odds here, guys. See what we're working with. Let's see the odds here, man. Some ridiculous odds, maybe. Remember the England card, man. Like any hometown cards, man, they're gonna favor the fighters. Damn, they got Muhammad at negative 450. I disagree with that, man. Because Cody Durden, man, he's been professional for a little while. He showed himself against other guys. But like I said, Muhammad is a top prospect. Is the kind of high on him. 22 amateur fights. Be careful with that one, though, man. The odds kind of high to me. Cory McKenna, yeah, be careful with this one too. And the super, I feel this fight is more even fight, so Cory shouldn't be negative 280. Like I said, they're gonna favor their fighters, man. Jack Shore and Timur, all right, this fight's a little closer. It's basically even fight. I don't disagree because Timur's not a bad fighter, man. Krylov and Paul Craig. Krylov negative 200. I can see why he's more experienced, but Paul Craig still have a chance though, so it should be a little closer. I have Krylov a favorite, but maybe like 150, 140 close. But I have Krylov a favorite though, so be careful with this one because Craig could get a win here. Pavlovich, Sergei versus Shamil. Sergei is 365. Honestly, man, I don't disagree with that. That's my confident play too. I can see Sergei is finishing Shamil, man. After his last performances, it just doesn't look good. So I don't disagree, but be careful. Mike Grundy and Makwan. Mike Grundy 200. Honestly, I don't really disagree. I have it as not confident, but I see from Makwan, it just doesn't look good, even what he's good at. And Mike Grundy is a strong, grinding wrestler with a heavy hand. Yeah, and he has submissions, which Makwan is known for too. So, but he just hasn't been looking good. So I don't really disagree with the odds, but still be careful. Topuria and Herbert, yeah, I'm high on Topuria, man. So 600. I mean, I'm confident in this play. So obviously, I don't disagree with this one. But still be careful though. I mean, anything is possible, guys. Not because I'm confident that I mean the guy can't lose, but the odds look okay because I just feel like Topuria is a way better fighter. Molly McCann and Carolina 140 in a kind of way, yeah, but even fight. I put this as even, man, because if Carolina come in here and just choose to use her reach, and you never know, hit her with a head kick, you just never know. So even fight, be careful. Nelson and Soto, I don't disagree. Nelson's a way better fighter here, man, in my opinion. He should win this fight. So 490, 500 is kind of high, but I'm confident in this one. So he should win the fight. So, yeah. Pimblett 650, no. That fight, I disagree with that one, man. This fight, I'm not confident in it, and I would have it very close. Pimblett maybe edging it like very close because his chin is too high, man. And when you have a guy with a chin so high, you can't beat him 650, man, because it's like it's like a risk. He's jumping in there, and his chin is the first thing you see. So if Vargas touches him and touch him in the right spot on the right point of the chin, he's gonna get knocked out. So him being 650, I wouldn't mess around with that too much, man. So this one is totally off. Be careful. Allen and Hooker. Okay, I can see this fight being very close to even. Like I said, I'm back and forth, and this one is a tough one for me to pick. So I can see it. Like I said, guys, the last two fights are going to be tough, and they're very close. So there you go. My breakdown predictions are pretty much accurate. So I can see it being even because I was going for Allen and I switched to Hooker. So Hooker's a slight little underdog here, but the fight is kind of even. And the same thing with Volkov and Aspinall. I was going for Aspinall, but I switched to Volkov because it's just a freaking experience, guys. These guys, Allen is not active when they're fighting experienced guys, and Tam Aspinall is like a first-round sprinter. But these guys are fighting in their hometown. Allen and Aspinall are in their hometown. You understand? So it's just one of those things where hometown favorite, man. You know what I mean? So if the fight goes to decision and it's close, or just the crowd alone, can make, when you're in somebody's backyard and you have the crowd there cheering you on, you know what I'm saying, it can maybe make the fighter get defeated or just, don't perform as well, like Volkov, but Volkov is an experienced guy, man, so that's not going to happen for him. And also with Hooker, that's not going to happen either, because those guys are experienced, man. So yeah, so I don't disagree with the odds on this one, guys. Is not really such a tough card, but you know the last couple fights here it can be a little tricky. So be careful with it, guys. And that's my breakdown prediction on my odd breakdowns there. Guys, keep on kicking. One love out to everybody. Subscribe to my channel. If you want, you can support the channel. Hit up the PayPal link. And yeah, guys. Os.